Good morning. Happy Saturday. We are back in the house with another show. And I say we, I mean me and you if you are here. It's been a crazy week of trying to get rid of jet lag. So apologies if I make no sense or if I pause a lot and stare blankly at the screen. I tell you, traveling like a 15-hour time difference back home again has definitely wiped us out. And saying that, last night we were at the Universal Fan Fest event, hanging out with Scooby-Doo and the original movie monsters. So yeah, I'm going to do my best for you guys and myself today because I've got a new toy to unveil. But I can't unveil it without having a slurp of coffee. Also today, we are themed it on Maul Shadow Lord, and I've got my Lucasfilm animation mug here. Have you been watching that show? What a great show. Have you been watching the DL44 review show on Monday nights? What a great show. I've been very absent on that, but the guys have been doing a bang-up job without my presence even there. So yeah, watch that on Monday nights here on the DL44 channel. And if you're not sure or you don't remember that, you need to subscribe, hit the bell, and that way you'll know when it's going live. What a great show, though. Loving it. So with that being said, on that show, we have seen Marrok. That's what I'm calling him. Everyone's got their own version of what they're calling him. So I'm basing my unboxing kind of on the Maul show, if that makes sense. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Did you notice I even lifted my coffee and I didn't even drink it? So I'm going to drink it. It may help us all. It may help us all. Ugh. So yeah, back from Hong Kong. Didn't pick up any Star Wars. Interesting. Went to Disney. There's not really any Star Wars at the Disney there, which was quite disappointing. They have a Space Mountain, and it used to be Hyperspace Mountain, but they've closed it down for refurbishments. They've removed the X-Wing that used to be outside of it. And I went to the shop because the shop was open, quite excited, and all they had was a Build-A-Droid section to build the Build-A-Droid that you see in the parks. But wasn't really anything Star Wars, but the rest of it was cool. But we're here to talk Star Wars. So nothing new to show you from that part of the world. Didn't buy all the Hot Toys, but I did get to go to the 3 Hot Toys bases, which I'll put a little video together and put it out on Instagram or something, or maybe on here. It was a short on the DL44. But I'd heard about the secret base at Hot Toys, or the Hot Toys secret base, and it's literally a showcase. It's where they have every Hot Toy figure that they've made, 1/6 scale, and all the rest of the stuff that they've done. It's all in one place, and it's in this high-rise building. You go up an elevator, and you have to go to the 20th floor, and you step off of the 20th floor, and you go through an opening, and then there's this vast, almost like Paul's basement, just full of every Hot Toy figure that they've done, and it's like a museum of Hot Toys. So good. There's too much there to really absorb, and I wasn't even aware that the day I went was the day they released the new AT-RT figure. And so yeah, in my excitement and nerdism, I walked straight past the bloody thing and just was filming everything else inside of there. But that was cool. So I didn't bring back any toys to unbox, but I did get to see a lot of them. And even just the Star Wars Hot Toys, there's just so many. But we'll probably get to see that in Paul's basement at some point, because I think he's got every single one. Today, though, I am going to stick to Micro Galaxy and one pickup from Ross on our Maul-based theme. But first of all, let's see who's joining. Let's see who I'm talking to. Who am I talking to today? Well, I know I'm not talking to Kerry because Kerry's out in Maine, but catch you on the replay. If you're listening now, good morning to you, or evening to you, or maybe happy Sunday to you, Kerry, whenever you get to watch the rerun. But thanks for popping in and saying hi. Bit of Troll in the house. Good morning, Bit of Troll. Hope the Ghostbusting's been going well and nothing's coming home with you. But yeah, this morning, let's relax and take a look at some figs for sure. Doubtfire Rangers in the house, having a banging time at the moment. I know that you managed to get the Carson Taver, you lucky devil. Canada gets it first for once. That's awesome. So very cool. Ali's joining in the other room. Good morning, Ali. Maybe take a nap. We got a busy weekend, and it's been a crazy night. Ryan Dole in the house, in the chat, not in the house. Ryan Dole in the chat. Good morning, Ryan. Hopefully you're getting some rest, because when aren't you on YouTube? Good to have you here. Yeah, I didn't pick you up. If there was a list, you know I would be having an itchy time and having to do something, but there was no list. So, okay, let's make a go of this. As I said, I am going to base this on Maul. So I have limited Micro Galaxies left. I have literally unboxed everything I had. It was an individual ship. There is a couple of repeats, and I'm not going to bother repeating them. I was looking through this week, or when I was deciding to go live, and I'm getting to the end here. I am literally down to the last few that I've already had, and I'm anxiously waiting for this Series 11 to drop so I can keep going on the MGS, or other Star Wars, obviously, but the MGS is where it's at, man. All the micro nerds are waiting for the Series 11 to drop. Now, one did show up, because why would we buy them in the store? I obviously went to Amazon, and one did show up. And the one that showed up was another Fiend Fighter, which I think is a cool looking ship. I love the way they based this on the old fighter planes, World War II. So this one arrived. This is the Series 11, and this one is with this is called the SEATOS Fiend Fighter. I didn't do any research into that one. I didn't have time. I apologize. And it comes with a Star Navigator pilot. So this is from the Ahsoka series. So we got this one in. This is an 11. We've got to take a look at that. And that means I can also go back in time, Series 7, and do this chase. And this chase was somebody that we hadn't really seen a lot of during Ahsoka, which is Marrok, who is a badass in the Maul Shadow Lord series. And we're getting to see him in all his glory. So I'm glad I waited. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to finish it off with Find, which is a Mandalorian Super Commando, which again, they paint themselves like Maul. Bear with me while I look at what's going on. Okay. Okay. You got your Taylor from eBay. Okay. I didn't know whether or not, again, I don't find out where everyone is. I didn't know how close you were to the border, or if you went over to. I know that GameStop in Canada has been getting them in already, which is awesome. So I've been feverishly looking in all the Walmarts, but when I went there, the cupboards were bare, as they say. I haven't found it yet, but I'm glad you got that. Oh, Bit of Troll got his. It's coming Monday. Oh, you know what I should do? I should probably get Ali to sneak in to my room here and grab our fully constructed Lego X-Wing. We got that done before we went away. Yeah, who else has got their Lego X-Wing out there? How exciting was that? And it was fun to build. The intricacies of Lego nowadays. And I'm not a Lego buyer. The last time I built Lego was when I was a kid. But man, the intricacies, the way that the S-foils open and stuff, and building that mechanism was it was actually quite good fun. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that one too. All right. In the meantime, let me add my down cam. Let me change our view, and let me get my mug off the screen so we can see what we're looking at. Okay, so I'm going to start with the chase. We're going to start with the earlier version, Series 7. And that way we can take a look at what we had before, because the other one that came was with Shin. My beautiful assistant is now presenting me the finished product. Thank you, Ali. No. Okay. All right. So here it is. And let me go back to the other screen so we can get a front on view, but we did get it fully constructed. Let's go back into here. Here it is. This is the Lego X-Wing that you're all going to get with the characters. We got Captain Carson Taver up there in the position of taking out the spiders. we've seen him in The Mandalorian. But what I love about this is this action here. So ready to action the S-foils. Look at that. How good is that? And you get to build that whole mechanism. It's very cool. It's very cool. But I won't ruin all of this. This isn't the final reveal of this. This is just showing you that it is built. You guys are going to enjoy building it. You're going to find all the intricacies during the course of the building. And we even have the green and silver droid, which I'm saying is Taver's, unless he did borrow it from Colonel Ward, but we'll see. But yeah, this is a very cool ship. So it's in a good place in the Pool Shrine. That's for sure. Thank you, Ali, for bringing that in. All right, back to what we're here for, micro nerds. Let's get back on with this. So Chase Series 7, and this was the Fiend Fighter that we got along with Shin Hadi's Fiend Fighter that was on the pegs of Target for quite a while. This was Marrok's, and there he is in all his glory. So let's get it open and take a better look. Another Chase, free into the world. Who is a fan of the Fiend Fighters? I know, like I said, it was on the pegs for a while, but that doesn't mean anything. It means it probably went out after everyone sourced it from somewhere else, and then they decided, hey, let's try and sell these things that we got in the stockroom. So who else is a fan of the Fiend Fighter? Get your comments known. I think they're a cool looking ship, and then we're going to find out why. All right. So what do we have on the back? Series 7, so nothing here in artwork form. We have our typical collectible schematic or blueprint. And these were the ones that were coming out with their own stands, which means we've got the ball joint connection, which is a ton of fun. We have a cockpit that opens. And obviously, the pilot can go in and it goes on the stand. So not super playable, but man, they did a good job on the design of this ship. I'm not just talking MGS here with Jazwares. I'm talking about the design in full that we got during Ahsoka. So let's get that card over there to be saved and come out later. And obviously I'll be cutting that bad boy out to go into one of my little Chase and Rare displays. We don't need this because I've already scanned it. But remember, don't throw it away if you're scanning because that's where the barcode is. Let's get Marrok. Now, I don't know if you can put it in the chat phonetically. It is, what are you calling him? I've heard people calling him Merrick. I've heard people calling him Marrok. I am sticking to Marrok, as it sounds. I've got no one here to correct me. So that's what I'm sticking with. Okay, there we go. There's our flight stand, which we'll take a look at later. And this one was pretty much the same as Shin's, apart from the design and paintwork. Get rid of that. All right. So there it is from the top down. Use my precision snips to get that out. And let's take a look at this from the top down. Again, like I say, this one, I think, is a really well-designed ship as far as the Star Wars universe goes. It could be a little bit more playable, but that is a mechanical joint that would probably break if those wings are supposed to tilt and move. We have the semi-gold, semi-brass, metallic paint on it. And this is obviously so reminiscent of the old World War II fighters, where the prop propeller would be up at the front under the engine. But such a small little snub fighter, such a great little combat fighter, I think. And we got that paint all the way through. There's our round hole, our slightly off round hole actually for the pegs, as I discovered. And this one doesn't have any form of back wing at all. And we have our, what are we going to call those? Our subsequent wings on the side there. So this is Marrok's, and we have those huge ass cannons right there. And again, so reminiscent of old wartime planes. But the weathering on this is great. The detailing and the mold on this is great. It almost looks like this wants to come away, doesn't it? See that there? It almost looks as if that's going to be a removable cover of some sort, but it's not. It's not. Interesting. Yeah, so cool. So cool. Look at all the scratches on the paint. This thing's been through battle. And it doesn't look like any other one that we've had at all in the journey that we've had in Star Wars ships. So a beautifully unique design, which makes sense again. Very hot roddy, you know? So I know we saw this on Shins, so it's not anything particularly brand new, but it's good to get another look at the paint job and the slight differences. I mean, a better person would probably have Shins to hand to do a comparison, and then we could do a comparison on all three. That would be very uniquely perfect, Steve, you donut. Hang on a sec. Where is she? Give me 2 secs. All right. That will work. Okay. This will make sense. Well, I'm taking a break. Let's see who else is in the chat. Good morning, Jamie Perrider. Thanks for joining. Good to see you. Yes, it's a very cool Lego set. I can't remember if you got one or not. Again, brain's not with it. You had to remind me. Dalfa Ranger saying this is better than a TIE, but not as good as a Y-Wing. I kind of agree with you. But every single ship has got its awesomeness. And this one definitely lives in its own little awesome world. For sure. Marrok. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of how it should be. Okay. Hey, D-Cerdo in the house. Daniel, how are you? I'm hoping you're doing well. What have you been making lately? What has been your latest project? Haven't seen you for a while. Haven't chatted to you for a while, but glad to have you in the house. Happy Saturday or Saturday afternoon. Maybe grabbing a different drink other than a coffee. But definitely cool to have you here, my friend. Yeah, a bit of troll. You're getting World War I. Yeah. Yeah. With those cannons, for me, that's what that is. But the plane itself is giving me World War II for sure. Okay. Right. Cool little break. Good morning, guys. Thanks for coming. So here we go. Here's Marrok. And here is the Shin Hati. Now, Shin, I've put onto a slightly larger, as you can see, we had a couple of these. So I put this one onto a slightly larger stand because that way they can stand off against each other. But let's look at the differences. Now, Shin Hati's was fully painted up. Same design, same mold, but totally different paint job. So we got that kind of, what is that? That's like a bronze purpley brown. I don't even know what color that is. But even her cockpit window was different. And his is just smoked with no particular design. But totally different paint job. So they do stand out from each other. They definitely stand out from each other. I'll leave that one there in the corner. Did I not even put her in there? Where's Shin hanging out? Okay, so there's that one living in the corner. So there's the ship. It's awesome. Let's put it on its stand so it's not just sitting on the floor. And remember, with these ones, got to be careful. Got to be careful. You force it in without breaking that and don't twist it. Just move it carefully, otherwise it will snap. Okay. Stand is on. Now, let's take a look at this guy. Like I said, when we saw him in Ahsoka, and again, I haven't watched the episodes, so I'm fully up to speed and Mr. Knowledge. But from what I remember, we had this very cool character that appeared, and we didn't really get a lot out of him. I was talking about this with someone. Did we even get to hear him speak? I think we were on the Gen X review of Maul Shadow Lord, which again, if you miss the Monday or you want to watch some more opinions, then Gen X is also reviewing a few days after. So watch us there. But I don't remember him having much to say in Ahsoka. and he was kind of defeated and turned into a big green gaseous fart. So it means we've got some backstory on this guy, and whether or not we'll get more of that story during the course of Shadow Lord, who knows? But at some point, I'm assuming that he's brought back to life with some of that magic. But a very cool character. Very cool character. Let's get the old man specs on this thing. There we go. That gives us a better look. So there we got that distinctive Marrok medieval helmet with all those slots in it. You can't really see all of the design and mold of this character because they kind of got the same kind of color all the way through. We do have the saber on the back, which is silver, and he's got this kind of silver wash all the way through his armor, which is being picked up lovely on the light. So a cool looking fig, and I think this fig now is standing out more because of what we're getting than when this one first came out. So I feel this was perfect timing to unveil this ship and this character. So well done to me. Well done to me. So there we have it. So we have Shin Hati, we have Marrok, and these are two good-looking fighters, which will then bring us into the third, maybe the final, who knows, of these Fiend Fighters. Oh, hang on a sec. Peak Obi-Wan is joining us. Good morning, Peak Obi-Wan. Thanks for dropping in. Rick Jones is joining us. So yeah, you were saying you were down with him until he was, but at the moment, I don't think he's Mystical Smoke. At the moment, when we're seeing him in Shadow Lord. Tom Harris is joining us. Good morning, Tom. But yeah, what do you think? I don't think he was always Smoke, but maybe he was. He is, as far as I remember, he is the first brother. Yeah, Bit of Troll saying masked and silent. Masked and silent. Yeah. PW1 is agreeing here. That's what I'm wondering. And I'm wondering if we're going to get some sort of tie-in with that. So much fun. So much fun. What a great show. What a great show. So you're saying if Shin was a chase and Marrok was the common, it wouldn't have peg warmed. You're saying so Shin wouldn't have peg warmed? So you think Marrok would have flown off the shelf? I'm not sure though, because everyone was a little bit critical of the character because all we saw was this silent, silent hunter who gets defeated and goes into gas. I know a lot of people are disappointed with that. So I don't know. Who knows? We'll never know. We'll never know. All right. So that was the two. That was the two. Does anyone have these ones out there? All the micro nerds that are joining, the ones that are collecting. Have you got this one? Have you unboxed it? Are you as much as a fan of this cool looking ship as myself and other people here that have commented? So this is the next. This is the Series 11. So this is a new one. This one I had to order off of Amazon because I haven't seen anything on the pegs yet. I'm not sure what this one's different than the normal ones I see because this has got the second language on here, and I haven't even had those through Amazon yet. I usually get those if I'm traveling and find them somewhere else. And so we have all of the different markings on this one. So I'm not sure where Amazon got its stock. It came in a traditional Amazon way, which is beat to shit and crinkled and cut and dented because, you got to ship stuff in a paper bag because that really helps it get it to you in one piece, right? It really helps. So thanks again for the genius paper bag delivery of an item I've paid full price for. But hey, fuck me, right? I'm just a customer. Who cares? So this is what I got. I know I'm a filthy unboxer. This is why we're here. So, I'm going to unbox it, but it kind of irks me a little bit. and I'm sure it irks a lot of you guys too. So this is a bigger box than the one we just did. Series 11, no design, but let's get a look and see what's inside of here. I've got to be a bit cautious here, and I don't think Paul is watching, so I'm not going to get told off, but I'm actually worried about getting to this crinkly part. So maybe we can use it as an excuse. If I cut my hands off today, it's because of Amazon. If they'd have given me a beautiful box, the way it's supposed to be when you buy something new, the solidness of my corners would have been there. But through plastic like butter today with my beautiful knife. Such skill, such control. All right, let's get rid of this reflective prison. Let's get it over there. I do have to save this one because I haven't scanned it into my app, so this one will be saved. Place it here. And as we can see already, this is a different ship. Different ship. But I want to see how different. I want to see if they just added and taken away, and you'll know what I mean by that in a minute. Back of the card. Looks like the same shit. But look, we're normally seeing a lot more. Now, whether or not we're seeing a slimming down of what's being offered each time, which, again, as long as they keep coming and they keep coming constant, who cares, right? If what we get in one wave. But we only see 2 more of these starfighters, starfighter class on here, plus the chase. And that's the one we're all needing. We're all needing. And if anyone gets 2 before I get 1, please let me know. But may the luck ever be in our favor, and we find these chased Captain Carson Tavers, which I think all of us wanted to get a few more X-Wings available to us as a common. But here's the other 2. So this is the one. This is the other one I'm waiting for. I didn't go and get the second M1 Starfighter at this point, and I'm not going to go hunting for it because of this probably not ever showing up on a peg for availability everywhere. I'm going to have to wait for the Vault box. And I don't need to have 52 exaggeration, English exaggeration. I don't need to have like 3 M1 Starfighters, to be honest. So this one, though, is dope. I love this one. So I'm looking forward to that one coming, but I have to wait till May. So it's going to be after May 4th by the sounds of it. But there's always a delay, right? But yeah, wishing everybody luck to get this. Let's keep them in the community and out the hands of the scalpers so we can all enjoy them. But blueprint, and you can see a totally different design here. And if anyone in the chat knows what that stands for, because I didn't do my research, please educate. Jamie, if you're still in here, I know you are a super nerd, and you may know this already. And if not, I know you have the keyboard at your fingertips. We'll see. But yeah, the CHASE, I'm not sure what that is. Didn't do enough research. Should have done, but I didn't. So keeping this one. It's a struggle, people. Okay. So we do have a couple of safety belts in here. And so I'm going to have to precisionally cut the little safety belts off. I am going to push out. Oh, come on, man. That's in there. Wow. There we go. Doesn't feel any different. Let's get this pilot. This pilot looks pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing how good he looks. Safety belts are off. Let's get the back end off. Get rid of that. And let's take a look. Look at it. So the mold looks, from what I'm seeing, and we'll do a comparison, the mold looks pretty much the same. And again, we got the 2 cannons, same fuselage, and the same engine, same belly. But now we have this tail wing. Now, this reminds me of the one that we could move, which this one can. This is solid. This reminds me of the one we got on Grievous's ship that could be moved around. So this one comes with a tail, and it also has had the side wings removed. So we have these holes in there. So whether or not they literally just didn't assemble it with them, which it looks like, because it looks like they clip in, And now it makes me wonder if, yeah, you can see here that these pieces just clip in. So I wonder if you can just pull those out. Not going to try right now because I'll probably break it, but you can see that that would come away, and it's just a question of taking that finger inside of that hole and pulling that out. So that's the main difference we're seeing there. We don't have the side wings on the ends of our main wings, but we do have this tail on here. Again, slightly different painted cockpit, very gray, very non-unique, very universal, which means this is probably just a regular pilot, regular dude. There's probably a fleet of these things, and it's only the Inquisitors or badasses that get to have the cool looking paint jobs. But again, great little snub fighter. Great little snub fighter. Nothing different in the cockpit. I don't think we've had any wash in the cockpits. Very shiny plastic. Still got some side detailing and paneling. Still got the console in there. It looks a little bit like a Gran. Or have I just had no sleep and too much coffee? But that looks a little bit like a Gran. 3 eyes. And again, the 2 massive cannons. So it is different. So if it's different, you need it. And I got it. So here it is. This is for you to know now to get out and get your Series 11 Fiend Fighter, because it is different. And the coloring is different. The paint job is different. We have this brassy effect here on these two. And this is more of a gold. Not as much paint, not as much distinction. Just very regular. And even this is giving me, warplane vibes. So yeah. This is a great little fleet of fighters. A great little fleet of fighters. Let's get that in there. This one moves a lot better than the others. It's not as grippy. So whether they figured that out a little bit more and they added 0.52 or 0.25 of a millimeter to that hole, we got a lot more not as scary movement. So that's good. And it does hold it. It does hold it. There's only so much we can do with this one, though, because of that tail being on the bottom, right? Otherwise it's going to hit the ground. These stands definitely serve a purpose. Okay, there's number 3. Up there. Great looking fleet. Let's take a look at the fig. And I'll take a look at you guys too. See if anyone's popped in with... Okay, PKB1 does not have the chase. Okay. I don't know if they were on the pegs or not. I don't know if I got it on the peg or if I got it in the box set. Oh, Rick Jones, good morning. It's implied that he is the undead. Was that in the Shadow Lord show? Is that what we're talking about? So he is already party gas, maybe? Yes. Yeah, for sure we need this one, right? And it doesn't matter if we get another one of these because they're definitely a fleet. Agreed. Jamie, get out and start looking, man. Stop working. Get out and start looking. This is important. Get to those GameStops. All right, here we go. So Delphi Rangers have come in. Thank you for the information. It's the name of the system they left for Peridia from. Okay. Now we know. Thank you for that information. No problem, Jamie. I'll let you off. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look. So again, this is the Star Navigator Guard. New figure. Cool looking paint job. I don't think you can base this on anything else. Okay. Stand up straight there, sir, so we can take a look at you. All right, quick view. Look at that. Look at that helmet. totally different mold, right? Let's get a look with this. The old man spectacles. There you go. So we have this jacket. We have this helmet with the breathing system. Big long gloves and gauntlets. Oh, come back. Sorry, I'm jittery. A lot of coffee. Boots, big shoes. Always get big shoes. We got this gold type of helmet. But look at that. That's a totally different fig that we haven't had before. And the paint jobs, again, they're just getting so good. So good on that. So cool looking pilot to go into this cool looking ship. And as stated, I don't think you can have too many because you want a fleet of these things to fly around with the badasses so we can take them out. More fodder for the cannons, please. Okay. Which one's your favorite? Shin, Marrok, or your standard pilot? That's the question. And if you've got time and energy, or if you give a shit, this dude needs a name. He's just a generic pilot. So do your stuff in the chat, and let's give this guy a name before the end of the show. No gender distinction. It's just a pilot. Name can be anything you want. All right, so that's the Fiend Fighter setup we have right now. We have maybe more coming. Who knows? I doubt it. But we have the opportunity to get this guy on the pegs and build out a fleet, which is great. Which is great. What is Ryan saying here? Oh, you might be too downtown because my local EA being... Well, they might be the worst, but you never know when someone's going to show up. So, you know, get out, take a walk, pop in, get to know your local store clerk, maybe plant the seed that, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, let me know when something comes in. I'm looking for this one. That's what I'd be doing. Peak Obi-Wan is coming in what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that if he's cut down in this show, he's reality. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But who knows? That's what makes this exciting. I don't know. I'm not a book reader. I'm not an you know, expanded universe reader or anything like that. I don't know any of the stories that were written. I'm very visual, as I'm given a lot of grief for about not reading. But this is what makes these shows exciting. We just don't know. You know, with everything we're getting now is an untold story, and as far as I'm concerned, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we're getting and how it ends, because we know what he becomes, and we know how he ends. But what happens in between that is what makes these stories so much fun. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It'd be good to see some of that stuff live on screen. Did we chat last week about the? I should have reminded myself. Did we chat about the vault? I did get my vault order in. Did anyone order the vault? I saw some not controversy. I saw some conversation, is what I'm going to say, online about the pricing of it, and I wasn't really that upset because it's a vault set and we're paying for the packaging. I know that, and it comes in this beautiful box, and it comes in the plastic display, and it comes with that slightly transparent backdrop probably, but it's a cool looking ship, and there's a lot that goes into that one. I did see that. I didn't look into it or get, you know, let me go and see what the other ones were costing and all the rest of it. But did we chat about that last week? I can't remember. But if we didn't, doesn't matter, because I am going to get rid of this and just quickly go over it one more time, because there's some great pictures that have been shared by Jazwares. And I'm sure Cole and Kevin over at Micro Galaxy Squadcast have gone into depth with it too. But I'm kind of excited to get this one. I was looking forward to this one. So let's get this one on the stage again. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the new drop that we're getting from the vault with the figs, and this is the vault one. There is going to be another one that comes out in your Targets or Walmarts or whichever one it is, because it's going to come in a box, not a blister pack peg hanger. It's going to come in a box, so we will see it in the store, especially with Target, I think. But this is the vault exclusive, which means it's going to have the badass paint job, and probably will end up getting more figs with the other ones. But this is looking real good. This is the box. I think we did talk about it, but I'm just going to go over it again because I'm excited to get it. I'm looking forward to it. Some great shots we got here from Jazwares. But look how many pieces are into it. Look how much has gone into the molds of it. It is a sexy looking ship. Look at that. Now, to get blast effects nowadays is something else we're seeing, and I think I'm into that. Little blaster effects or the booster effects from the engines. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Again, there's another shot. So yeah, that one I managed to get in on. Did anyone else get in it? What's the feelings out there with the micro nerds that are joining me on this one? You know, are we pissed at it? Are we thinking it's too much money? I think it was like $60, right? Or is it something you're like, no, it's worth getting because the Vault is a classic? So it looks like there's a lot of engineering that went into it. It's going to do a lot. I can't wait to get this thing out of its box. But we'll see. Another thing that we saw this week, if you guys saw it, and I think it's thanks to from Fall On to Zuckus, and I saw it again on Yak Face, was they've teased this one. Now, this is the original Kenner INT4, which is one of those ridiculous little ships that we got, you know, the budget ships that you could get, but they were cool. You know, they added to the fun. And I remember getting these because they were pretty inexpensive compared to the big ass ships. But this one here has been put out there as a possible Micro Galaxy Squadron. And now, I don't know if it's going to be in the same scale as, say, like a land speeder, and it will come in one of those packs, or if it's going to be one of the blind boxes in the scout class, because it's pretty small. It's pretty small, but how much fun is that? And you can see here that it's 60 centimeters, which isn't that big, right? So if we look, it's about 2¼ inches. So that's pretty small. So I'm thinking at that size, would it fit? Oh, I don't have a box. Would it fit in the... And again, if these conversations have been had already, I don't know, man. I just got back. So I want to chat to it with you guys. But around about 2¼ inches is pretty small for a ship. So if that little blaster, that cannon folds down, it's possible we could see this as a scout class option, which is a lot of work for scout class. But I know that the land speeder was pretty small. So maybe it's going to come in a bliss. It's just interesting to me. But it also means that are we going to see this come to life in the upcoming movie? I did see some artwork online of a poster. I don't know if it's an official poster or one of these great artists that are doing these amazing posters had some of these in there flying around. But yeah, I don't know how we're going to get it, but it's really cool. I love the little ones. It's kind of cool. And look at how much detail has gone into it. If it comes with that much paint on it, and that much detail and that much wash, and even the little emblems there, Imperial emblems on there, they've put some work into it. So that's fun. You know, that is fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing that and seeing how we're going to get it. But I just wanted to promote that and talk about that with you guys. So yeah, it's fun. It's so much fun to see that coming out. So good for them. Good for them. Okay, sorry for that side hustle. Let's go back in. And let's see what you have to say. Oh, we got some names coming in. Bit of troll, as always, with some great additions to names. We got Crash Krugler. Crash Krugler's coming in. We also have from Adelphi Rangers, Cannon Fodder. We have, for a bit of troll again, Dart Vegler. Oh, Dole's in the house with... Okay, F. Donart. F. Is this what I think it is? Should it be F and Donart? Okay. Thanks for the contributions, guys. Let's see what we get before I sign off. And I'll have to just pick one as normal. Can't let Bitter Troll win all the time, guys. But he comes up with some classics. Classics. Dalfa Ranger's in with a good point here. It's so tiny, it should be a 2-pack. And maybe it will be. Maybe it will be. We shall see. We shall see. But excited to see what else we're going to get. I just wish we could get... I wish I could get my hands on these things when they drop. God, so frustrating. So frustrating. So, yeah, we'll have to dig into some other stuff until I get some new MGS, because I don't want to unbox doubles, and I want to keep doing this because this is fun. A lot of people are keeping them in the boxes. I'm not. So let's all get to see them and see what they're about. Now, the other thing I wanted to break open today, just to keep the roll of the excitement of Maul Shadowlord, is this little pickup I got from Ross. It's a TVC Mandalorian Super Commando with the horns and the coloring. And I couldn't help but get this, because how do you resist that? How do you resist that? And again, this is why I pop in to Ross. You never know what you're going to find. And although I'm not a massive TVC collection guy, having these figs at that ridiculous price is worth doing. So let's keep the fun going with the Maul connection. And let's get a look at this fig out of its prison, because that's what we do. All right. Oh, there we go. There we go. Can you guys hear the background music on this? I don't think you can. I don't think I got it loud enough. So here we go. Mandalorian Super Commando. $4. Can't go wrong with that. What do we get? We get a pretty cool mold. We get 1, 2, 3 weapons and a jetpack. Yeah. I don't want to get into TVC, because I want to stay in my little wheelhouse, because you can only afford to do so much. But man, they do a good job. Man, they do a good job. Oh, this is the taped edition. Let's get that out. It's a sturdy jetpack. And then we've also got a lot of tape over these tiny little weapons. So I can probably get this one. Let's get him out. Very cool. But look at these little bad boys. See if I can get these out without causing injury or devastation. All right. 1 blaster, 2 blaster. And she's gone. So let's take a look at this. So we have our Maul inspired helmet. The horns all the way around. We have so much articulation on these TVCs now. Doesn't look like the helmet comes off. I would be decapitating this dude if I was to try. Everything here is individual. Soft plastic. On the shoulders, this is a mold. The belt and the cod is an addition. We got the side plate armor with the holsters. This is all molded. But again, TVC, man, like every bit of articulation in here. You can pose these things and do so much with them. Every bit of articulation. Shoulders, elbows, wrists. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I just don't know where the hell I'm going to put all this shit. God damn it. All right. So let's get him dressed. And again, if you're not TVC collector and you're wondering this isn't a Micro Galaxy. Well, you know, this is a Star Wars unboxing channel. It doesn't have to just be that. And I would do more if I could get more. All right. Let's get him in there. Let's get these into the holsters. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm going to do with all these bloody TVCs. I've got to build the cantina at some point too. Problems to have, right? There you go. That is a badass looking Mandalorian. Everything about that is worthy of the $4 that I dropped to get this guy. There we go. So there you go. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That is a pretty cool looking dude. And now we just look at the top of his head. Let's go to the chat. Yeah, correct. You can't pass up $3.99. You can't. Ryan, I know you're a big collector of this. It is a great line to be into because of what we're getting out of it now. They're like mini Hot Toys, man, with the details they got on there. And the head sculpts on the face characters are just so good. Yeah, Jamie, that's what I'm saying. They're just so good these days. Yeah, but what? It's probably the cheapest option out there, though, right? If you look at Black Series compared to TVC. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it costs more to send things than it does to find a space for them nowadays. Shipping is so shitty now. So shitty now. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah. It's let's get open anything Star Wars on this channel, right? That's what we got to do. You know, not gatekeeping the MGS. Let's get it all open. Everyone's saying hello. Yes, definitely worth $4. Yeah, I can't wait either, Jamie. I can't wait either. I built a shelf ready for it. Tatooine is ready to receive the cantina. It's just having that time. And then I'm wondering how am I gonna enjoy that with you guys? That's what I'm thinking. Because doing this on your own, it's fun, but it's not as fun than sharing it with some like-minded people and getting that feedback, whether or not you're giving me grief and hassle like my friends do all the time, or whether or not you're cheering along and loving it at the same time. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do that. Ridiculous, I know, but there's so much things I haven't opened yet because I want to share that excitement of opening it with someone. And yeah, it's fun. It is fun. Okay. Okay. All right. I think I'm caught up on that. We're coming up to an hour. I feel like that was quick. Hopefully not too quick, but what else can we show off if there's not going to do anything else, right? We got the three. We got some names. I do need to pick one. Favorite of the three for me? You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think I like Shin's, the design and the paintwork on Shin's. I think I like the sleekness of this backed wing reg, as I'm going to call it. I don't know which one is my favorite. I'm kind of leaning towards this because it's smaller, more compact. But each one of them's got a quality which I do like in the paint job, in the way they've highlighted the mold. Difficult decision. But I am not going to complain if I get another one of these in the box set when I'm trying to get the unreachable chase and rare that we get dropped on us on this series, for sure. Let me go back into the chat real quick and let me pick. There was one that made me chuckle more than the others, which isn't to say they're terrible. Did I mention Bitter Trolls Dark Vegler? I think I did. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves when my brain's working. Talk amongst yourselves when my brain's working. Oh. I feel like, Ryan, all you were doing is giving me an inside jab. You know, I think sometimes it's always the first one you go with, right? And I kind of like the way this one rolls off the tongue, Bitter Troll. Again, you've come through. You know, I wish I was doing a giveaway, but I'm not. But you can take home this weekend the knowledge that Crash Krugler is going to be the name of this pilot and forever will live in our memory of your creation. So thank you, Bitter Troll. Thanks for those that did drop in a name. But that one rolls off the tongue. Crash Krugler. Hey, I like your name too at Alpha Rangers, for sure. It doesn't mean it's not a bad one. And that's the name you're going to give your pilot when you get this one, or any pilots. It's not so much a denying, Ryan Dole. It's just one of them's got to be, you know, one of them's got to pick. And, you know, if it pushes you to try harder next time, so be it. So be it. I'm out of ships. I'm nearly out of coffee. I wish I could do more because I do love hanging out and unboxing toys. I may go take a nap before I get on with the rest of my day. We shall see. As of right now, keep an eye on the channel. As I say, Ryan has been giving you guys updates on what's been dropping because we're getting excited. We're getting pumped, right? We have a new Star Wars coming out. And regardless of what social media wants you to believe or wants you to expect, it's a new Star Wars movie. It's going to be loud. It's going to be proud. It's going to be something we go and watch, and you're going to take something home from it. So get excited about it. And Ryan is giving us some input every night. If you haven't seen it, that means you're not subscribed. If you're not sure what it is you're being notified on, it's Ryan giving you guys an idea of what is being dropped in the build-up for this exciting movie in the Star Wars line of fun items to buy. So check that out here on DL44. Also keep an eye on Mondays because they're, you know, reviewing Maul. Maybe I'll be able to drop in, maybe I won't. But I hope to be because it's fun and I do like talking about it. And what better place to talk about it than with like-minded people. We have also going to be popping this up as a show and tell. So if you're not sure about what it is we're being offered or what's been growing on here, check this out for 5 minutes while I finish my coffee. And when I say 5 minutes, I mean a couple of seconds. But thanks, Ryan, for doing that. Love it. That's what we got going on. That's what you got to keep an eye on. And I'll dig back through my collection. I'll see what else I've got. We will be finding something else to undo and unbox in the Star Wars world for sure, because it's fun. But I'm hoping that I'm going to see some Series 11 on the peg and pick it up ready for next Saturday or Sunday. And we'll go from there. But as of now, my Saturday morning is done. I'm hoping you guys have got your fix, and I'm hoping you've enjoyed. I've enjoyed you being here. If you need more, keep an eye on my Instagram. Shit's back on Muppet Fart, Steve 3D. There's other things in the world going on, and I'm trying to get them out there on that. You can also catch me on the Generation X-Wing podcast, so keep an eye on Gen X. You can catch Ryan on many, many different streams. I'll let him talk about that next time if he wants to join. But again, keep an eye on this channel, subscribe, watch, have some fun with it because that's why we're doing it, and get out there and find some toys. Tell me about it next time we're in there. I'm going to go. I'm going to get on with the weekend. I'm going to catch us some sleep. and hopefully I'll be a little bit more fresh-faced and ready for the next one. But appreciate you guys. Love it when you join. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great weekend.